Hello, Arizona. We're back again. Week 3 with Eric Aramian, Fairway Mortgage Lender over here. He has all the answers to all my questions, and it's fantastic. We do have a lot of fun during these weeks, don't
Absolutely.
we? All right. So we talked about credit. We talked about a couple of different things over the last couple of weeks. So we're just going to keep on going. Today, however, we are going to talk about pre-qualifications and versus pre-approvals. What's the difference? Is there really a big difference? As well as the do's and don'ts during that period, as well as after, once you are approved, what shouldn't you do? And that's what we're going to talk about today. So Eric, let's go first off. Let's say pre-qualify versus pre-approval. What can you tell me about that?
So the pre-qualification process is me, right? That's where I am doing an interview, basically fact-finding with the client. I'm obtaining their pay stub and their W-2 and going through the process to be able to send you a pre-qualification form that really says that I've done all that I've had a conversation with the borrower, that I've collected documentation, that I can say to you, they're pre-qualified based on what they've given me to go out and purchase a home.
Yeah, so I get that form. It's called a PQF, pre-qualification form. I get that from Eric, and we can rock and roll once that is.
Once I issue that, absolutely. It's go find a home.
Yeah.
Once we get a contract in, from contract to close, we basically are in that pre-approval process. So what I mean by that is now your file has gone into processing. They're going to start to verify all of the information that I have on the application, all the information that you've told me. They're going to verify the pay stubs. They're going to do a verification of employment to make sure that everything matches up with what I originally had on there. And then they stick that into underwriting once that process is complete. It's about a 3-4 day process. And once they do that, it goes into underwriting, and the underwriter will then re-verify, right? They're the third set of eyes on it.
Right, but this is all happening within a 30-day period.
Yep. Oh yeah, absolutely.
This whole process.
Sometimes a lot less than that.
So what that means is you got to be careful of what you do and what you're paying for and what you're buying, because you're approved for a loan. Don't go out spending money that you don't have at the moment, per se.
Well, here's what I say. So everything's based on the credit that we pulled, right? And at the end of the process, within a 10-day period of time of closing, they're going to do a soft pull to make sure that there's nothing else on your credit that would then throw off the debt to income ratio. So I always say, don't go buy a van during this process, or you're going to be living in it. So
yeah, right?
Right. It's the truth, and I have seen it happen.
I've heard many stories.
I've seen it happen.
Where they were about to close, and nope, the loan got pulled, the pre-approval got pulled, everything got pulled, because now their debt to income ratio, which let's get to that after, was now not the same as it was at the beginning of the month when they were doing the PQF or the pre-qualification form.
Yep.
So yeah, let's talk about that. Debt to income ratio. We already talked about credit, but they go hand in hand.
They do.
So
debt to income ratio is the combinations. There's a front end ratio, which is just the housing. So it's just the housing payment. Let's just say $1,200, and that's divided by your monthly gross income. That's the housing ratio. That's always going to be lower, will never be higher than the overall ratio. And the overall ratio is anything that shows up on your credit, a car payment, a credit card payment, student loans, installment loans of any kind. Those show up on your credit, that gets added to the housing ratio, and that is what's called your overall ratio, your bottom ratio. So it's your front end ratio and your back end ratio. And
I see.
Each program has its own thresholds. Like for instance, conventional financing, you can't go over 50%, right? Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac, they won't allow you to go over 50% total ratio. And the front end ratio can't go over 47%. So your housing cannot be over 46.99% of your total gross income, right? FHA, a little more lenient. VA, a little more lenient. They'll go up to 55%. So there's some benefit to FHA as well when it comes to the debt to income ratios.
Yeah. Amazing. All right. Well, that's our weekly Q&A. Again, if you have any questions, you just let us know. If I don't have the answer, Eric will have the answer.
Call.
So, to wrap it up, you come to me as a client, a friend, what have you. And what we'll do is Eric will take all your information. It's just a simple application, check your credit. So really, just reach out to me and we'll get you through the process. I hope you guys have a great day and you enjoy watching our Q&A sessions weekly. Take care.
See ya. All right.
That's good.
You are